Hi, Libra. Welcome to your reading for June 2024. This is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided to the reading. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition, your spirit guides. And what I mean by that is you're probably nudged, like you weren't sure, and then something made you like keep on going, like keep scrolling, and then something made you come back. Trust that your spirit guides helping you. That means that there's going to be a message in here for you. Some of you are in love with Libra. I know I have a lot of Libra love in my life. So let me give them a shout out real quick. My beautiful nephew Sean, who is September 24th, right in the cusp of Virgo, though he will not admit that, and Libra. My gorgeous granddaughter Lily, who, she's old enough to watch the readings now. So, and she actually reads a little bit herself. So, October 14th. So, shout out to you, my love. My sister, who was Sean's mom, October 15th. She is now crossed over, but I always feel her in our readings. It's interesting because I feel certain guides in certain readings, but I have always felt her in your readings. So, and because I do pull from our spirit guides, and why wouldn't I? I feel like she's an important component here. So, um, that's my Libra love, and of course you. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So we're going to use 4 different decks. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify our spread, or like I like to say, go deeper. You know what I mean? Get to the root of any issues so that we can be free. By the way, June feels like a very good month for you, especially in your money sector. Like, I feel like this is a time period to focus really anything you focus on. I feel like you're going to grow this month, but I feel like you have some luck with your money. And I feel like Venus has a little bit to do with that. And I also feel love. There may be some reconnections. Again, Venus is important for you this month. So, amongst um, other things going on in the sky. So, anyways, we are going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom, but I'm going to take it over the reading. And then for April and May, what I've been doing for our spreads is using 2 different tarot decks. And I'm going to continue because I really love the messages it's bringing. I feel like if it's talking about love, it's giving us both perspectives, you know, um, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for synchronicities. I'm looking for everything, but I look at the numbers, the colors, the positions, everything. And by the way, please feel free to ask your spirit guides to give you confirmation. If you're uncertain about a part of a reading, ask your spirit guides, like, is this part for me? And then just kind of go into a quiet mind and listen and then trust. All right, but we're going to start with the Psychic Tarot, and then we're going to use the Universal Tarot. I did this for Virgo. I used these 2 decks, and I just kind of lumped them together. So we're gonna continue. Why fix when it ain't broke, right? All right. Everything's pre-shuffled, also, but I do like to give it a couple shuffles with you here. So we're going to start with the Psychic Tarot. And then we're going to bring in the Universal Tarot. And depending on what wants to come out, I'm not going to put restrictions upon it, whatever wants to come out. And then we'll add in the Universal Tarot, and then we'll go back to the Psychic Tarot, however it may fall. All right, let's open up this reading officially. All right, well, everything wants to come out in a block. I'm going to bring the lid down. There we go. All right, we have the universe. New chapter opening up. And many of you hear me say that I feel like the universe is really one of the most spiritual times in our life. And one of the reasons because the universe is really the last card in the tarot. And I feel it's the closest card to God. It doesn't mean like I'm going soon. It just means I have more understanding than I ever have. Maybe I have more trust than I've ever had. And I feel like when the universe shows, it does signify the next chapter, but there's no reason why I need to go kicking and screaming. Like, I feel like I just want to enter into this next chapter. Let's sit well. Hello. That may be why. So we have the lovers, card of Gemini, head over heart decision. We're in Gemini's energy. And it does mean a head over heart decision. But we'll see. It may simply also mean that you're meeting someone where there's going to be a lot of chemistry, probably a lot of similarities. But let's keep going. We have rest and rejuvenation. Maybe you help heal each other. And this doesn't even have to be a new relationship. This can be a strengthening of a current relationship. I do feel like it is speaking of love. And yes, the meaning of the lovers is a head over heart decision. Here, though, it says harmony. And I feel like this rest and rejuvenation, I feel like they're doing it together. And maybe we don't even know that we're helping to heal each other. Hmm. Feels like on a deep level. All right. We have financial and material changes. Number 5. What I've been noticing is the synchronicities of the numbers. Look at this. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, hello, memories of love under the universe. That means it's the next chapter. If we look at what's matching it, it would be the lovers, both 6. And this talks about someone that you would have happy memories about if it's a person. It could just be remembering like old times, good times. For some of you, this could be someone that you haven't seen in a long time. And you start talking about old times, good times, like the remembering of those days. Interesting. I also want to say that financial and material changes is mirroring the universe. So I do feel like it's saying that there's going to be a change, in your financial house, your material house. But I feel like it's going to be good. Let's bring in the universal tarot now. And again, already pre-shuffled, but let's go ahead and introduce them into the reading. All right. We have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. Well, there's conversation. There's communication. And it's interesting, it's coming under the lovers, but also next to memories of love. We have the Ten of Wands coming under the Four of Swords. Wow, that would make sense because Ten of Wands, it's a heavy energy. It could signify a period of time where it just felt like everything was on, like the world was on my shoulders. Like, is anybody else gonna help me here? Why am I carrying all these wands on my own? I definitely feel like this is an energy that, listen, first of all, it may talk about a period of time where you did have a lot of responsibilities, where there was a lot on your shoulders. But it feels like that now is coming to an end. And to me, that means that someone's going to help you here, whether that be a spiritual guide or whether that be an actual person. But I love that it's coming under rest and rejuvenation, which is the Four of Swords, which is healing. Well, hello, sun. You know, I love seeing the sun in any reading, because it means a couple different things to me. First of all, the sun rises every morning, right? It's a brand new day. It's a brand new chapter. It doesn't mean every part of my life is changing, but maybe. But I feel like if it is, it's only getting better. And why am I saying that? Because the heaviness that was is now in the energy of healing. So that means this Ten of Wands can go. And listen, it could even signify that someone is now giving you a helping hand or helping to heal those. You know, and again, I feel the lovers, I feel like they're helping to heal each other. All right. But the sun, playful. You know, it's interesting. I literally just put a post up on my, not my business Facebook number, my regular Facebook, and it was a picture of a little girl riding her bike, and she had her feet like on the handlebars, not the handlebars, but the bar in the middle. And it just reminded me of my younger days. And I wrote freedom. At least I felt free. And that's what I wrote. So it's interesting because I feel that. I feel that energy of like feeling free. Even if I'm not really free, you know what I mean? It's still that feeling. The sun's also about illumination. So to me, that takes away any need to worry, right? Because it's something, if energy is coming towards me, and again, because we're opening up with the world, I feel like everything is coming towards you, but it's up the light. And if anything comes towards you that would give you like pause for worry, the sun's going to illuminate that for you, right? Nothing can really get by when the sun, like by the sun to cause you any harm, I feel, when the sun is out. Now, I could ignore it, right? But I also love the sun under your financial house. Well, hello. Slide these up a little. Just slide them right over. There we go. Give us room to take another one there. The sun will come out tomorrow. Card Leo, by the way, the sun, and I think the lovers, I think I said it was card of Gemini, which we're in Gemini's energy. Think of Mercury, right? Their ruler. Um, Communication. And we literally have the Knight of Swords right underneath the lovers. And this Knight of Swords is heading towards memories of love. So I feel like a conversation is being had or will be had about, like, do you remember the old days? Do you remember the good old days? All right, we have the Chariot. Beautiful. Card of Cancer. Well, hello, 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. Now, if that doesn't give us confirmation that your financial house is being lit up for you, this should do it. 9 of Pentacles talks about the meaning of the card is successful self-employment. It is about the effort that you put in and now seeing the fruits of your labor. Some of you are working from home and you may be here looking for confirmation like, am I on the right path? Will it be abundant? But the answer is yes, yes, yes. Now, we have to remember in the 9 of Pentacles, by the way, it's also a Virgo card, so it shares Mercury with Gemini. even more important to like think about like our words, what we say, how we communicate. I feel like this is a period of time where communication is going to be light, light and free flowing type of energy. But man, do I feel like if you are, you don't have to be working from home. Um, but maybe you're receiving like a lot of creative ideas when you're at home. And if that's the case, even if you're not ready to do something with that information, I'd write it down because I definitely feel you're being guided here. You know, First of all, the Nine of Pentacles talks about independent energy, right? I'm the one who put the work in, and you're the one who's going to see the fruits of your labor. It's a very abundant energy. And then moving into the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance, it's the house of abundance. Some of you could certainly be getting quite a job offer. It's interesting because it puts the Ten of Wands now right in the middle of the reading. So if we just go out to the corners, we have memories of love, and then we have the Chariot. So let's talk a little bit about the Chariot because I feel like the next chapter opens up for a reason, right? You're ready for it to open up. To me, because the Chariot shows up, that means that you're finding balance within your life, within yourself, balance of the light and the dark. Like I said in Virgo's card where I feel like sometimes, we don't want to regret going through that dark night of the soul because it's really where we find the majority of our lessons. And once you start heading towards the sun, which you are, there's like such an appreciation for it now. Like if I only lived in the sun and I never had to deal with dark, well then would I just get used to the sun? You like on a sunny day. And it reminds me of like where I live, or, I remember when I moved in, I stayed with my brother for like 6 months in the state of Washington, Bellingham. I know a couple of you were from that area. Um, but it rained a lot. So the day that it was sunny, the days that we had sun is like, boom, we were out there enjoying it. Not that the rain stopped us, but you know what I mean? So it's like appreciating that sunny day because, you know, and I know a lot of people have been dealing with a lot of rain. Hmm. All right, let's keep going. Let's actually bring the psychic tarot back in now. Man, okay, that's a lot of cards. I'm gonna take them. We have the Fool, a new beginning. Now, I love that the Fool's coming under the Ten of Wands. Slide that over. Partnerships and alliances. Virgo also got this card. I don't mean to keep talking about Virgo, but I see Virgo in your reading. I see Mercury being um, double represented. That doesn't sound right. Represented, doubled. No, that doesn't sound right either. But anyways, so partnerships and alliances that follow the Fool. And the Fool is coming under that Ten of Wands. So to me, that is really good news because this Ten of Wands, and listen, it may be effort that you've put into something, and now it's like maybe now you're really seeing the fruits of your labor. And it doesn't mean the hard work is over, but maybe the initial almost feels like the initial work, but now it feels like it's rising to new levels. I just merely need to hang on. I also love how they're holding each other. Like, I got you, babe. We have the Tower. Okay. We have Solitude. Card of Virgo. That may be why I kept bringing up Virgo because it's actually coming under another card of Virgo. Some of you may have been doing something like on your own. Like, like when you're alone, you had certain ideas, certain things that maybe I wasn't sure how I was going to present it to the world, but I feel like you figured it out. I also love the Hermit here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Let's not forget the Nine goes directly into the Ten, um, because I feel like it's about wisdom, like what you have learned on a spiritual level. And then I feel like, and then putting it to use. It's like, you got the ball now, put it to use. All right. Nine of Swords. Interesting. We got two nines back to back. Actually, we have three nines connected. This is the Nine of Swords. And this is the energy of a lot of worry. I don't like that it says suffering in silence because I don't want you suffering in silence. Like, I feel like whatever this energy is, it would serve me to get it out some way, somehow. And maybe that's exactly what you're doing. Like, it's almost like you're writing about your experiences and what you've been through. So, this is about unnecessary worry. But because it says suffering in silence and you have solitude there, listen, I wouldn't be surprised, and this may not sound right, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you found certain energy like this, but this energy is what moved you into the Hermit's energy. And that Hermit's energy is what moved you into that Nine of Pentacles, which moved you into the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you're taking that knowledge, even that fear based mind, and you are analyzing it. You're breaking it down. You're figuring it out. And I swear, some of you, it's like now this is what you do. Like you help others. Material and spiritual prosperity. Now, let me read that one more time. Material and spiritual prosperity. Well, we have financial and material changes right here, which is a five. So it is about a change. But look at this. It only gets better. The energy only gets better. This person looks like they're looking out at their estate with a sense of pride. Some may be like an architect. You may have built it. Maybe you don't live there, but you built it. But I do feel like a sense of pride of how far I've come. We have firm foundation, Seven of Cups coming under the Tower, and with that comes sacrifice. All right, a lot of cards. And I feel like I need to bring the lid down a little bit more so you can see them all. Let's slide everything over a little bit. I probably should have just left it alone. Okay. Excuse me. So, what do I want to look at before we even move on? There's a couple different things. The chariot is mirroring this memories of love. And I like that because I feel like because the chariot's next to the sun, again, I don't know if I said this, but I often feel the chariot is like a reward. And the reward is because you found balance. And the balance is like the light and dark within ourselves, the feminine and the masculine within ourselves. And then the chariot really becomes unlimited potential. There could have been like a tower moment, but boy, I feel like this tower served you. Even though it didn't feel like that, I do feel like it served you. There may have been like one element that needed to be like eclipsed out of your life. Maybe it just doesn't fit with this new energy. Because again, everything feels new. If we remember, we're starting with the world. That is the next chapter. And the lovers just so happens to be there. Not only the lovers, but then memories of love with the Knight of Swords, connecting it all. Some of you may be moving, I want to say back home, but let's just say back to a place. Back to a place where, you do have happy memories of. You could have got a job offer and it did require you to relocate. But it's interesting because I feel like if that's the case, then I feel like you must already know at least a few people from that area. Because I feel like that's where you find the lovers, is in the next, in this new chapter. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Hello, Hope. That's a star, part of Aquarius. That's about your dreams, your wishes, your hopes. Look at that. Judgment, truth underneath it. Interesting because I have a feeling some of you, you're getting signs, you're getting guidance that this next chapter is like ready to open. Are you ready for it? Judgment is calling you to the present moment. It makes complete sense, right? Not only is it calling you to the present moment, but literally, it's like, and then a dream. What feels like a dream comes true, maybe more than one thing. Kind of feels like more than one thing. Let's see who's on the bottom of the Universal Tarot. Seven of Swords. I have a feeling that's what I sacrificed. And, when I say sacrifice, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like it may feel like a sacrifice at the, in the beginning, but I feel like ultimately you find that there's no room for this person or this energy in the next chapter of your life. This is your life. And this is definitely someone who was undermining it, undermining you. Could be someone who, like, told a lot of lies, maybe untrustworthy. But I don't feel like they're staying. Quite the opposite. Six of Wands underneath that. Interesting, because it could also be someone who's got like a big ego. But I feel like you have no more time for that. I feel like, what I feel, Libra? I feel very comforted in the fact that even if I don't know exactly, like, how my future's going to look, I feel very confident in the fact that I just know that I'm on the right path. And for many of you, I feel like that's why you're here. You needed that confirmation. Also in your businesses, like, Can I really be successful? Can I have that house of abundance? And the answer is yes. As long as you're willing to put, the work in. Though I have to say, I feel like there must be somewhat of a love for what you do. And some of you, I just feel like you may have been spiritually called to almost like to like being a healer. Again, I could be doing one thing with my life, like working in one area. But listen, maybe something, some energy, and it could be that Seven of Swords, really got you doing some deep reflection and made you look at your life from a spiritual point of view. And in every way, I feel like you're reclaiming your life. Like you're reclaiming what it is you want to do, right? Hope is for you. That Ten of Wands, that period of heaviness, a lot of responsibilities. Sometimes I put everything on my shoulders. I can certainly tie back to that Seven of Swords. It's not what I want, right? I don't want a relationship where it's not, the two of us, it's me taking care of everything. No, I want us to work hand in hand. So I feel like, in a way, I feel like, let's just say any energy that feels untrustworthy to you, whether that be love, whether that be whatever it may be, I just feel like you're no longer accepting it. Almost like I know that a certain energy or a certain person has to leave my life in order for me to really live my best life. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. We got a lot of cards on the table. Also pre-shuffled. Let's introduce them into the reading. All right. We have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be though. This is the King of Action. This is someone who moves according to their passions, their desires. Coming over the universe, we have, look at that, the Ten of Wands now right over the Lovers. Interesting. We have, hello, Ace of Pentacles over the Four of Swords. So I feel like the time of healing doesn't mean that I don't continue to heal, but sometimes we don't have the luxury of like just doing nothing. You know what I mean? And I feel like for a little while you probably did go into some deep reflection, but now it feels like, okay, something is about to change. Ace of Pentacles to me represents a seed that's coming into your life. And this seed, if you nurture it, it just grows and grows and grows. And by the way, yes, I can relate it back to the Nine of Pentacles that goes right into the Ten of Pentacles. And it is coming right next to financial changes. We have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. You know what I feel like? I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is meant for you. It's meant to enhance your life. And I feel like you're ready for it. That's why it's coming over the Four of Swords. Because I feel like now, I feel like you are ready for it. And then you see the Seven of Swords, this coming over changes. Well, I kind of feel like if, let's just say this is a person, and if it's a person, it's someone that carries untrustworthy energy. Okay, so this is a person. coming over 5, which speaks about change. I feel like that's also why it's on the bottom of the deck. Like some things being eclipsed out. The Ace of Swords or the Ace of Pentacles. I kind of feel like the person in the Seven of Swords would kind of dip their hand into your ace. And like this ace is meant for you. This ace is meant for you. Some of you, right off the bat, you know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. Um, let's keep going. It's interesting that the Lovers has the Ten of Wands over it. But I want to say, does that mean that it's the Lovers who caused that Ten of Wands? I don't feel that. And the reason why I don't feel that is just because of the way the cards are coming out. You know, the universe it's much like the Chariot. It means that you're ready for this next chapter, right? You probably have gone through the dark night of the soul. You probably have reflected more and more upon your spiritual self, your spiritual guides. So everything feels like I'm ready for this next chapter to open, right? Maybe I even put the hard work in, right? I did the legwork and now I want to present it to the world type of energy. Um, so I don't feel that these lovers are about, I don't feel it's this lover who's caused this Ten of Wands. I'm just not feeling that. Now, certainly trust your own intuition, but I just don't feel that. I don't feel like that this was someone who like took advantage of you in a very difficult way. I don't feel like this is someone who, you know, was not, let's say it is talking about two people who were in love before. I don't feel like it's saying that this person didn't really love you because I feel like they did. But listen, life can certainly get in the way, right? You know, maybe we were young, we didn't know at the time. But I just don't feel that the Lovers is responsible for that Ten of Wands. Now, maybe after the fact. But remember, because the universe is opening your reading, I feel like, yes, we need to look back just a little bit, but I feel like you've done a lot of that. You've done a lot of the legwork. All right. Well, a lot of cards out again. Well, hello, Four of Wands. Come on. This is the marriage card. Coming over memories of love. Look at the connection, just the postage stamp of what sits here right now. The universe. I am your next chapter. What sits upon my next chapter? The Lovers. And then you go right below the Lovers, you have the Knight of Swords. So, and this knight is moving quickly. So it's coming right back to the Six of Cups. Memories of love. It's a conversation between two, and they are talking about their love. And, you know, I feel like ultimately there's a chance for a real commitment here, and probably one that will last the rest of your life, you know, taking free will out of that. But the potential, because I feel like in the Four of Wands, I feel like it's the most beautiful love card. This is about two people who are making a commitment for the rest of their lives to each other. Now, I know I could have been married, right? And I was married, and I made that commitment, but then everything went to hell. Um, I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like a true commitment. I feel like true love. I don't know what else to say. Like, it just feels like love. All right. Well, hello, Queen of Wands. So, even though you're not a fire sign, it doesn't mean this is not you. And I say that because we have the King of Wands and now we have the Queen of Wands. Listen, maybe it's the Queen reaching out. Both of them are going to move according to their passions and their desires. Well, there's a lot of passion here. Neither one of them are going to put I don't see the conversation of like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I even want to talk to you because I feel like when this discussion comes about, I feel like it's all happy discussions. Like, oh, remember when we did this? Or, like that type of energy. I feel like both, it's definitely signifying that both are ready for that connection. The king and the queen of wands with the four of wands right there. All right. We have the eight of pentacles. We have, look at that, the two of wands. Here we go, here we go. Judgment made its way back out. Your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. I feel like for a few different reasons. Number one, I feel like this communication, whether you're the one who's reaching out or they're reaching out, I feel like again, it's going to go in, it has the opportunity to really become a committed relationship. Like for some of you, like the coming back together. And I have to say, when I looked up your astrology for June, it did say, well, a few of them said, because what I do is get different people's opinions and then form my own. But what I mean by that is what feels right to me. But it did talk about like love being reunited, so I'm not going to leave that off the table. Now, I do love the Eight of Pentacles. First of all, the Eight of Pentacles coming over that Ten of Wands. So to me, that Ten of Wands feels like the leg work that you put into something. And the Eight of Pentacles would signify to you, like if I ask the question, can I be successful? This Ace of Pentacles is connected to it. We already have the nine, right? That would bring us to the nine. And that is an energy of success. But the Eight of Pentacles says, if you're willing to put your focus on your pentacles, they're only going to grow and grow and grow. And I often feel in the Eight of Pentacles, listen, I don't need to know everything to be successful on this path because I feel like you're being spiritually led. And to me, that means like the information will come to you in a spiritual way, like spiritual breadcrumbs. All you need to do is follow them. Just follow them. Trust yourself, trust the signs, and then follow them. And I say that because the Two of Wands is between the Eight and Judgment. Eight is about a new beginning. But then there's that Ace that allows that to happen. It's almost like if I've been waiting for the money to do something, it shows. And then right into the Two of Wands. Again, makes sense why we have the King and Queen of Wands. So, Judgment mirroring that Four of Wands, too. I mean, you want to talk about a spiritual connection, a spiritual love. This is it. All right. There's the Four Swords again. And look at this, the Nine of Pentacles right over the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, wow. Some of you have become healers in some format, but I don't feel like you're the only one. I feel like who's ever in this lover's energy with you, I feel like there's a lot of similarities. I also feel like because we have where to go, partnerships and alliances, this could talk about not just love, but also like the perfect person, the perfect energy that reaches me at just the right time as it relates to my business, to my work. Um, definitely take those epiphanies. And even if you don't do anything with them right now, write them down because you are being spiritually led. And by the way, that Seven of Swords right above Judgment, No way judgment's going to let that continue unless you choose. But instead, what I really feel is it's about two people's energy um, who are, let's just say, working on the same vibration. And I feel like both really care about their fellow man, right? It's like, I know how hard something is, and now I would love to help others to either avoid or overcome, and I feel like the only way I could be the best at it is by actually going through those experiences. It's like we're a lot of times we're like, damn, that dark night of the soul. But that dark night of the soul is many times what teaches us like such valuable lessons and then really starts getting everything moving in your desired way. Try not to put a lot of worry around your money. Just be proactive in it. And I feel like that's all it takes. Be proactive, and that's all it takes. Because remember that Ace of Pentacles, if you nurture it, it's going to grow and grow and it's going to expand your life. I mean, we have the proof. We have it, right? The Eight of Pentacles. And then I received that Ace of Pentacles. Brings me down to the Nine of Pentacles. I love that it's coming over the Ten of Pentacles because, again, for some of you, I know that you're working out of your home. And I feel like this is confirmation. Also, I feel like both of these lovers just have healing capacities. Let's just say it that way. Whether it's what I do for a living or just it's just naturally the energy that I now radiate. I also feel like could these lovers like combine their efforts and create something together? The answer is yes, all day long. Doesn't mean they have to, but they could if they wanted to. And don't forget, we have material and spiritual prosperity. Well, right there is the material change, and then your spiritual team, right? So, spiritual prosperity. I have a feeling because you're listening to the signs now, you're listening with your spiritual ears. Another reason why it's like time for the universe to open up the next chapter. All right, let's keep going. What an abundant reading, Libra. Really in all aspects of your life. There's just a little bit of energy of the past that I feel like once that's like eclipsed out, and maybe that's what the sacrifice is. Like, I know that I can't take you along because I don't want to take you along. So I gotta let you go. And I feel like it's you giving that tower. And this may have already happened, even though it is at the bottom of the reading. I want to keep that in mind. All right, let's see what else we got. We have the Two of Pentacles. That puts the ball in your court. It's coming over the Fool. The Fool wants you to take a leap of faith. But again, it's you. They call it the juggler's card. It just means like I have a lot of balls up in the air. And, can I add another ball into my juggling routine? I feel like it's about using the logical mind. Like, does it feel right to me? You know, um, and I feel like it's really in any aspect of your life, but especially as it relates to your money, I feel like there's a need to really trust. And I feel you're being guided, so again, whether I use the information I'm receiving immediately or I write it down, I feel like, like I have a whole notebook of just things that just come to me. Um, and there's a lot of times I'll go back and I'll use that. Anyway, we have the Four of Cups, and then here's the Star. So the Star made its way out. And it's interesting because It's coming over sacrifice and the tower. So again, just energy that, doesn't work hand in hand with my dreams. Judgment is also bringing out the star. You know, maybe it's just time. Maybe it's time for what feels like a dream to come true, to come true. But I need to be aware. And I say that because the Four of Cups right before that can talk about discontentment or boredom in one's life. But literally, this person is being offered a cup, and it's coming from the heavens. Judgment, guiding you. And it asks you to use your spiritual discernment. It's interesting because you have the Two of Pentacles right before that. So maybe putting two of them together, right? My logical mind and my spiritual knowledge. And that'll help me trust this cup that's coming in. Because after all, it is part of your dream system, your hopes, your wishes. And what I want you to remember about the star is this is us working hand in hand with divine. It's not like we're sitting back waiting for miracles. No, I'm going to do my part. And divine's like, then we'll do our part. You know, and if you think about like just life, you weren't thrown down into this world without guidance. You have a whole spiritual team that's assigned to you before you even came into this lifetime. You know them, you just don't remember them. And why is that? Because we're born with amnesia. Why? Well, think about like if you took all the experiences of every lifetime, hard and everything, and you kept carrying that with you. Well, then that would be the Ten of Wands. It'd be hard to move. So that's why I have to learn when doors need to be closed and new doors can open. Just learning the energy of the universe. But it feels like it's time. It feels like it's time for a dream to come true. But I have a feeling it's more than one dream. All right, let's go on to the bottom line. Six of Cups again. Some of you must be connected to a Virgo. Eight of Swords over that Nine of Swords. Okay, first of all, it did come down from the 9 to the 8, but that means it's a self created prison. That means if I say no to these opportunities, then I'm saying no from a fear based mind. This is when I feel like I need to protect myself. From what? Well, probably Seven of Swords energy, but I don't feel like it's following. As long as, I guess that's going to be up to you. But I kind of feel like you're giving the tower. Again, whether it be someone in love or someone I work with, it's just like, no. Where I want to go and what you see for me are just two completely different things. But you have to know that. This can be blocking opportunities. This person creates this barrier around them for protection. But your archangels are your protection. Your intuition is your protection. Your spiritual team is your protection. And this is definitely a human condition. But maybe that's the things that you're learning. All right. We have the Hangman. And then we have the Moon. Libra, I almost feel like this is a period of time where you kind of gotta just go with the flow because things may not like be crystal clear, but I do feel like the signs will be crystal clear. But then it's going to be up to you whether you decide to say yay or nay or to follow, or you let fear like hold you back. Do I feel like that would stop everything? No. But I feel like, because the decision does come down to you and the hangman underneath that, I could put a block to it. I could say no. And if I'm going to say no, why would that be? Well, probably because of the uncertainties. I feel like what we have to learn is it's not about where the ultimate destination is going to be, though it is showing a beautiful destination. It's about the journey of getting there. It's about everything we learn, the experiences, the joys along the way. But I feel like if there was a chance that I would block any of this, then again, it's because, well, probably because of someone's energy. And maybe that's why the Four Swords is so important, right? But I do feel like I feel like you're being bold. And it's like, no, I'm giving you the tower. Like there's no way I want you in this next chapter. But it still doesn't mean like maybe this fear is relating more to love. And maybe it's not about your pentacles because your pentacles just feel like they're on fire. You know what I mean? Like your financial house just feels like it's just going to get better and better and better. Probably to a point where it's unrecognizable. You'll look back and be like, wow, I can't believe I had doubt. And if it's relating to love, I don't know. I feel like, because I do feel like the two lovers can help heal each other and maybe they can get through this. Maybe. But let's take one more. By the way, the moon, we just had a full moon. Um, but it's also a card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. But it can certainly talk about uncertainties. But it can also be very dreamy energy. Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. Okay, well, at least it came from down from the Nine of Swords to the Eight of Swords, and now we're at the Two of Swords. I just feel like as it relates to love, someone even though I feel like there's a lot of like joy in this energy, it doesn't mean that there's not still a little fear, right? Even though I feel like this is exactly what you want, but it may show different than what you asked for. Just be open. Maybe I have no clue who's in the lovers with me. And maybe that's exactly how it's meant to be. Because again, this could just be like unexpected. Like someone unexpectedly reaches out, or you. Don't forget, you can also be that person. And I feel like very quickly we go into like a loving type energy. And I feel like it does ultimately, especially mirroring judgment. And, in the psychic tarot, it's called truth, but it's your truth. And it's mirroring the Four of Wands. So it could say, like, where I thought someone else was the one, now I finally really did find the one, or I am finding the one. I just feel like with the full here, you are going to have to take some chances. You are going to have to take a leap of faith. But I feel there is no reason whatsoever not to. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's nothing negative coming your way. The only thing negative for some of you could be just your thought system. Sometimes we fall in love with someone who just, wasn't deserving of it. But we can't let that stop us. We cannot let that stop us from really what wants to find us. If I think back in my life, like my first married, well, I was only married once, but I always say that my first marriage, you know, like I thought we were in love, and then within 6 months, my then husband was cheating on me like left and right, and I literally said to him, like, I don't even know why you asked me to marry you. Like, if you wanted to cheat, you wanted to be with other women, then why did you ask me to marry you? And it did take me time to clear that energy. And it did take me time to trust again. But here's what I feel also. If you're in that energy, then allow, give someone the time to show you who they are at the same time. Now, I'm only telling you that because that was then, and that has no effect in my life today. Quite the opposite. I mean, quite the opposite. I'm back with the love of my life. So, but I learned, and that's what I'm talking about. I feel like we go through these difficult experiences and we can let it break us, or we can break it down and learn from it and eclipse out what is no longer serving us. This feels so abundant, Libra, that I really hope you let nothing come in between you and your joy. All right, let's take Mother Mary over the reading, over this love and this abundance, because you have it both. I'm saying June, but this is a lot of stuff for 1 month. So I want you to understand that. Like, I have to give it a title like June, that type of thing. But I feel like June is signifying that this next chapter is opening and then everything to follow. All right. Mother Mary, from a beautiful Libras, what words of wisdom to carry? Inner child. Well, same with the Page of Cups, your inner child. I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self care. Playfulness and self care. And I feel like that's part of what's going on here. Like, it does feel very like giddy, playful, romantic, all that. And I feel like there are definitely parts of you that's going to enjoy it, but yeah, it may raise a little fear. But I feel like you deserve what you're receiving at the same time. Inner child. Why allow it to come out and play. And again, it pulls me back to that post that I just did where it was a little girl riding a bike and the freedom I felt within that. But it also, I mean, I am back to where I grew up once Sam and I came back into Union because he still lives in our hometown. Um, but I had moved away. And I guess I'm saying that because I can see the similarities in this reading. I feel like if anything, just tell the universe, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what lies ahead, what gifts you have for me. I'm willing to take those gifts and put them to use. Like, I want to start living life according to my terms. I want to laugh, love, have abundance, and it's all here for you. It's all here for you. Very little of the past is really coming up, just one element. But I feel like you're giving that tower. And I do feel like there's going to be communication between two lovers. And I feel like whoever reaches out first, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like either one can reach out, and I feel like it will bring us right into that that remembrance. And does that mean that it has to be someone of this lifetime? Doesn't have to be, but it would certainly remind you of that. Like melancholy. I didn't say that right. Harmony. It's feeling good. I feel like you're just gonna feel good. And let's leave it at that, right? You see the star here a few times. It is time for your dreams to start becoming your reality. Don't forget, you do have to work hand in hand with divine, but if you do, again, those breadcrumbs are going to be sent. And I feel like, man, just follow them the whole way home. I loved it, Libra. I love it. I love it for you. I love it for your money. I love it for your love. And I love it for your life. Hmm. All right. I'm going to let that be. As always, I have so much gratitude for each and every one of you. Truly. I thank you. I know there's a lot of options that you can watch, but I feel like when you find someone that you connect with, you know, I feel like you got to be careful that you're not like watching, like 30 different tarot readings. Of course, that's up to you, but you definitely want energy. Like I feel like if you watch a reading and it's just all too good to be true, well, then someone may be skipping out the lessons. I don't know why I'm saying all this, other than I feel like if I watch too many, it could get confusing. And I'm not telling you even to pick me, I'm just saying have a few in your corner. Um, but be careful that I'm not overwatching because, again, I feel like that could give you a sense of uncertainty. And this is not about uncertainty. This is like, I know what I want. Listen, I'm still trusting in divine that whatever comes my way, as long as I'm putting the effort in that I feel like you are, then I feel like you have nothing to worry about. Quite the opposite. I feel like some of you may be writing me or commenting down the road like, found the one, and we are in love. And we are, chances are, coming together. Some of you literally, it's like you're driving or flying somewhere. And I feel like that's where that person exists. But it could just start by the phone. You know what I mean? It could start just with a simple phone call. And then everything starts moving. All right. I'm going to let that be. I keep saying that and I keep talking. Um, let that bike go by. Again, I thank you. I love you guys. I hope you find this helpful. I really do. And my prayer is that these dreams start reaching you and that you're able to take like especially like this Ace of Pentacles and create like true abundance for yourself. You're able to take this love and really like allow yourself to be in love and to receive love. Both equally important. Equally important. All right. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.